My brother's funeral felt surreal to me. Frankly, I never thought I'd outlive him. Charlie was faster, stronger, and wealthier than I'd ever be. He was the true man of the family, despite the fact that I was older. Yet, here he was being buried after hanging himself, and I'm still breathing. After the funeral, the undertaker gave me an envelope addressed to me from Charlie. I opened it, and there was a letter which read, "Kiefer, I'm sorry I have to give this to you, but someone in the family has to have it. Try to endure. Charlie." Wrapped within the letters was a bronze pocket watch with the initials QZ for our grandfather Quentin Zimmerman. Our grandfather always carried around that pocket watch. He died years ago. Charlie was 15, I was 17. He'd bequeathed the pocket watch to Charlie, saying it was because he had the heart of a true man. I'd been bitter at first, but a sea of more relevant failures in my life made me forget about it. Until now. At 37 years old, I held it in my hands, admiring the cursive of the initials, but the bronze chilled my hands with a bitter cold that I didn't expect. I flipped open the watch, and that's when it began. The ticking. Instead of a traditional clock with the numbers 1 through 12 on it, there were only 2 times: life at the 1 o'clock position and death at the 12 o'clock position. The minute and hour hands both pointed towards death, began to spin, and they landed at the 6:30 position. The second hand ticked. Each breath I took, I heard it tick. Every step forward, tick. I closed the watch, but the ticking still continued. I put it in my pocket, but it persisted just as clear as when it was open. Each tick filled me with the apprehension of knowing that the Grim Reaper was looking over my shoulder, getting closer with each movement of that damn second hand. Tick. Tick. I wanted to scream, throw the pocket watch away, but a sense of obligation to my grandfather and Charlie held me back. There was a moment on his deathbed that I'd sworn my grandfather looked relieved, like he was finally going to be free of a burden. Finally, a respite from this hard ticking, Charlie probably thought, as the noose tightened around his neck. Charlie said to endure, but I'm half the man that he was. If he couldn't hold out, how could I? A cry of agony escaped my lips, and it seemed like the world had gone silent as I roared until my voice went hoarse. I thought about my grandfather. Tick. I thought about Charlie. Tick. I screamed and screamed, trying to get the shadow of death that haunted this watch to somehow leave me alone. But even my screams couldn't drown out the sound. Tick. Tick. The time on the watch now reads 8:45. Tick.